Hello everyone, welcome in tutorial number 15 of Advanced MS Excel course which is going on bi-analytics.org. Hope you all have joined the website and joined the club. So today we'll be talking about name ranges. How can you name the ranges or cells which can be of effective use for our data modeling? So let's start. Using names to work with ranges, dealing with cryptic cells and range addresses can sometimes be confusing, especially when you work with formulas. Fortunately, Excel allows you to assign descriptive names to cells and range. For example, you can give a cell a name such as interest underscore rate, or you can name a range July sales. So when you say you have a cell July sales, so it can directly point to the value in the cell which has a name July sales. A meaningful name such as total underscore income is much easier to remember than a cell address such as AC21. Entering a name is less error prone than entering a cell or range address. Suppose you have A31, so you never know whether it was A31 or A32, it can give you any value. But if you have total underscore income as a cell name, you know it is about income. And if you do a spelling mistake, it will give you an error, hash name error. So you can quickly move to areas of worksheet. Say like you have a cell Z35 and you want to move into that particular cell to see the value. You can quickly move by edit, find and select go to or press F5 cell. We'll check it out how we can go ahead for this. But it is quite easy to track that cell. Fine. Let's move ahead. Creating formulas is easier. You can paste a cell or range name into a formula by using formula autocomplete. So this is a way quite say if you want to insert a cell called interest rate, you can apply with the help of a paste cell formula F3, which we'll be doing it is exercise. And name makes your formula more understandable and easier to use. See, if you are auditing a workbook, if someone say A30 minus 532, B532, you never know what this A30, you have to go to the cell and check. But in this, when we use of names, it is like income minus taxes. So it's quite easy because you have a cell name income and you have a cell name taxes. So you can easily do it, which is much easier than D20 minus like this. Fine. Let's move on. So first the thing is, how can we create name ranges? There are three ways by which we can create name ranges. First is by entering a range name in the name box. By entering a range name in a name box. So let's start. See, I have this Excel available with me. So this is my Excel and see, this is my ranges. I have given three numbers 1, 3, 5, 7. And see, what I want to do is I want to name these cells. So if I select all these four and after selecting I click on this is called the name box and I write DATA data. So this will not become data. The mistake is that you have to select the cell, write DATA data and press enter. So when you enter, so now if you select this again, you will see that it has given the name data and there is an arrow. If you can see, just you drop down that arrow and you will see that data has been added to this name manager. Fine. So now say I want to sum all these things. So I say is equals to sum sum bracket open, and now instead of writing a range, I will write data and I'll close the bracket. So look, I got the sum for these. Hope you understand. So this is way we can use name range with the help of name box. Again, suppose this was a cell which was in continuous, so it was easy to select. Now if these are the cells you want to name it out, you can use control. Say first select all four, then press control and select these two as well. Now you can write say data underscore NC for non-continuous, enter. So now if you say sum, enter, is equals to sum bracket. Now say data. Look, you can also select this from here. So you have the answer. Fine. So this is how the name box With the help of name box, we can do the naming. Now suppose imagine there are 100 names that you want to do. So it will be tough doing each everyone. So let's see what are the next options available. By clicking create from selection in the defined name groups. What? By clicking create from selection in the defined name. Let's see how it's done. So create from selection. So this is my state's name, and I want to name each of these values with the name of state. So like AL, AK, AZ, CA is for California. So I want to write CA. Right now the cell value is, it has to be B8. But say if I want to rename it, refer it as a CA, this one, it will be quite helpful for me to check the values. Fine. So let's see how we will do. So what I say is, first I select it. Now I go into formulas. Now there is an option create from selection, and the shortcut is Control Shift F3. What is the shortcut? Control Shift F3. Right? It's written over here also. Now we click it out. Now it gives you an option create names from the value in the top row or left column. So it is telling you have to take from top row or left column. So I say instead of top row, just left columns. Fine. I click OK. When I click OK, now what happens is, if I click this is my AZ. So if I want to see what is the sale of March sales of California, I let is equals to CA. Enter. So I have this value available. So this is the way we can easily name all the cells. So what was the option? Create from selection. Let's try to understand with another example. Say I have these data available, region 1, region 2, region 3, region 4, January, February, March. So say it is the sales data of 4 regions of 3 months. Fine. So you can say this is region 1 for January, region 1 for February, region 1 for March. Fine. So now again I use this time I use Control Shift F3. Control Shift F3. Fine. Now there is an option. You can say top row and also left column. I say OK. So see, when I say this region, so let's see how it will work. Is equals to RE. Sorry, I forget to. I'll do it again. I select like this. I went to create from selection, and I say OK. So whether the name has been not, if I click this one button, I'll see all the name has been put in the system. You can see. So let's move ahead. So say is equals to, if I say region 1, REGION region, and this one, and I say enter. So look, by this I got this region 1 data. Fine. So this is the way. So now you can say, if you want to say sum of sales of region 1, so I say is equals to sum region 1. So yes, I get the answer at region 1. So I don't have to work in the cells. Now it's easy to work and use the formulas with the help of name. Fine. So this is region 1. Now there's an interesting thing. Say you want to find the data which is like February region 2. It's like intersection. So what you do, say is equals to, now you say February, FEB, February, you put a space and write region 1, REG underscore region 1. You do enter. So you say, can you see this intersection is 45? So when you click enter, it will give you the intersect value. So it's quite easy. Say you have a list of products, 1 product, 2 product, 3, and you have March monthly sales. So with the help of intersection of column, it's quite easy to identify the value. Fine. So this way we can use name ranges. Now third one is a name manager. By clicking name manager, define names in the defined names, you can work out. Let's see what this is all about. There is a define names option by which you can define. See, define name. Say I say hello. And which cell? Say I say to this cell. Okay. And I say okay. and say this 78. So if I say is equals to HELLO, hello, so this is my data available. So by defining name also you can define. Now there are few things like when you talk about defining name, when you click on define name, there was an option of scope, workbooks, create, like this. So generally it is about workbook and worksheets. So we'll try to understand in after a couple of minutes what this scope of the name is. That's it for the time. So this is how we can use name manager to do it. Fine. Define name option. So these are the three ways by which we can create names. Let's move ahead. Now we'll talk about what is name manager. Say you want to see how many names have been created, or you want to delete some names. It can be many things. So how you can do it? You open your workbook, you go into formulas and you say name manager. When you open name manager, you will see all the names available. You can even write comments over here. You can write comments. This is of US state, like, so like you can get comment over there. So you have all the names available, the values right now, which returns to which it has been created from selection. It is scope. The scope is workbook. So we'll talk about the scope later on, but this is how you can see. So now you can create new name from here also. You can edit. Say if you want to edit out, you can edit this, and you can change the reference. Cancel. You can delete all the cells, and you can select multiple selection can be done, and you can delete. There's a filter option available. You can filter your cells. So this is how that you can see all the things on name manager. Okay, one more thing. Say if you want to insert a formulas, say I want to use this formula, so is equals to, now there's a shortcut called F3. When you press F3, so you will see all your names. So you can select like this. You say OK. So you can get the, you can insert names with the help of F3. Fine. Okay, and without formula, say if you use F3, it will show you all the names and you can click paste list. So when you paste list, you will get the all your names in your Excel worksheet also. Fine. So formula is F3. When you are inserting it into a formula by after pressing equals to, it will allow you to insert directly the cell reference name. And if you just press F3 in anywhere in the worksheet, it will allow you to display all your names. Fine. Okay. This was about name manager. Now I talk about scope of names. What is this scope of name? Scope of name says your name is applicable to entire workbook or only worksheets. So let's see. Say I have a name box sheet. Fine. So I say define name. Before that, what I'll do is I'll write 1, tab 2, tab 3. Fine. So this is 1, 2, and 3. Say this is my cell and I want to name it out as a sales. I say define name and I refer it as a SALES sales. Fine. And now instead of workbook, I say I refer it to only name box sheet. Okay. So now if I use is equals to sales, is equals to SALES sales. Sorry, I have to do is equals to sum sales. What I'm doing, okay, there's some mistake in my keys right now. I say let's do over here is equals to SUM sum bracket open SALES sales bracket close. Fine. I say enter. So you have this 6. 3 plus 2 plus 5 plus 6, right? So this is working right now in this cell. Now what I do, I go into uh, name manager. See, this is my sheet. And I said 2, 3, 4. Now that was sales. If I apply sales over here is equals to some sales, it will give error because that earlier sales was only applicable for that worksheet, that was name box sheet name. So if I want to use this also, I have to name it again here. I have to define name over here. So I select it like this. I go into define name. I again say this is the same name sales. Now I can keep it for entire workbook. So if I keep it entire workbook, this will apply to all the sales. But on that sheet 3, it will apply to that one. So say I say only for name manager sheet. I say okay. So now if I do is equals to SUM sum sales. So now on this sheet sales is referring to this one. And now if I want to refer it, I have to use is equals to name box, exclamation mark, and then root sales. As we refer to cells in the other sheets by using the sheet name, we can use. Fine. So this is the how we can use the scope. Fine. So you can have a scope like for every sheet, and it can have a scope for work. So by default, when we make for name box, it goes to entire workbook. Fine. Okay. Scope of name. The last topic is applying names in the formula. Imagine you have already used the formulas. Now you want to replace with the names. So how can you do that? Let's move ahead. Say I have this called sales. This is I say total. So one more thing. You cannot use space in names. Whenever there is a space, it will create underscore. It will computer will automatically add underscore into it. So I say total sales, and I say suppose selling price, and I say units. Fine. So selling price is say 45 and units are 70. So how much will be total sales is equals to this multiply by this. Fine. This is easy. So now in this formula right now it is what? C4 into D4. Fine. So now what I want to do is I want to rename it out. So what I do is create from selection, and I say top row. Generally Excel, it will automatically tell you which one is the tick. Okay. So now what is this? My formula still is what? C4 into D4. Now I want to change this formula into what? The actual formula with the help of names, like SP into units. So how can I do? You have to go over here, select this, fine, and go into define name. There's an option called apply names. Click on apply names. Now it will tell you want to apply all the names or only you can select which names. So right now in this formula there are 3: SP, total sales, and units. So would you apply all 3 or 2? So I say OK. So when I click on OK, now see what happens. So now this one has become SP into units. So this is where you can apply the names in the existing formulas. So this was all about our name formulas. Hope you like this workbook tutorial. Now I have a special request. People who are watching this video, entire video, I want you please write your name in the comments and please share this video, because according to me these are the very interesting tutorials that should be useful for everyone. But somehow my marketing is not as good. So if you can help me out in reaching to other people, this will be great for me. So please do write in the comment how I am doing. Are you happy with my this tutorials or not? And these tutorials are entirely free for you. So you must make most of it. Fine. Again, I will tell you that please join my website bi-analytics.org. Join the club BI Analytics with Excel and share your learning by commenting on the tutorials. Please comment. I'm not getting any comment tutorials, and I'm sharing you these Excel templates on the website. But somehow I see people's videos, see the video, say 5,000 people, but downloading is only 45. I'm surprised. I request you all, it is important to do with your hands. So when you will do with your hands, you will learn. It will be a great learning for you all. Fine. So hope you will enjoy, and will be watching next. Wait for my next videos also. So thank you once again. By the way, if you don't know me, my name is Saurabh Jain, and the website name is bi-analytics.org. Thank you.